All right, here we go. Look at this chart. Video 1 of 12. We're going to do all 12 minor triad shapes on all 4 string sets. Now, if you don't know what that means, you got to learn this stuff. So this little ebook is linked below. There's 2 pages, 3 pages with the cover. But let me explain this. Now, I just finished all the major triad shapes. Okay? So now what we're going to do are the minor triad shapes. You start adding these to your playing and you will be unstoppable. I did show this to Bruce. He's the beginning player down the street. This is the shape I showed him. He was a little confused as to why we even need it. I'll tell you what he said. Now, let's just go over the chart. Just the basics of the chart, how to use it. This is going to be like your one-stop shop encyclopedia. Come back for every video. Go watch the video. Go watch the playlist with all 12 major triads. You'll thank me later. Okay, so on the top left, a minor triad, 1, flat, 3, 5. Okay, we're going to get into what that means. If you don't understand the language, stick with it, you'll get this. So it's on the EAD string set. That's just how we organize them. So if you look here, the EAD open strings, you see that red box? Thanks to my friend Eddie, I call that the Eddie box now. He said, I got to put that there so I can keep it organized for you so you know where to look at the chart. So you can see the 1 is on the E, the flat 3, see the little... As some of my students used to call that the little b, we're going to call that the flat. Flat 3 and the 5, okay? Now, really important to note. Now, you see the 1. The second page in the ebook has that changed to an R. Because you see on the top left where it says the R, or root note, is the same thing as the 1. Believe it or not, I've had a lot of people get confused. And that's not a big, you know what happens. You get lost in the language. So the 1 is the root. Now, we obviously have to pick a key, right? We are obviously playing some notes. So this is C, E flat, G. We're going to do it all C minors. The major triad playlist is all C majors, just to keep it kind of consistent and in the same ballpark area. Okay, bottom left, more information. You see where it says a minor triad is constructed by using the first, flattened third, and fifth notes of a major scale. So if I played a major scale, C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 being C to C. So 1 and then flat 3 means instead of playing here, the 3, we got to flat it, which means move it a half step lower. Boom. Okay, so there's your C, E flat, and then your 5, G. So C, E flat, G. Now, I want you to know you can move these to any key, which is why we're doing 1, flat, flat, 3, 5. See, I almost played the major triad there, okay? Then I'll show you some musical frameworks for how to use this, all right? Now, on the bottom left, too, a 1, flat, 3, 5 triad, which is a minor triad, you can just call it that, is made by stacking. There's a couple of intervals. I like to look at it like this. So on the bottom right, you see how it says root to the flat 3? That's a minor third interval. If you don't know what an interval is, it's the distance between 2 notes. So minor third, because sometimes you might just want to play the interval out of the triad. There's so many uses for this. And then from the flat 3 to the 5, that is a major third interval. Okay, I could go really deep here, but I'm not going to. I want to so bad, but all the light bulb movements are going to come on for you later. Okay, so 1, flat 3, 5. What I want you to do is soak that tasty little cupcake of sound, let it soak into your tiny little ears, and I want you to focus on how it has a melancholy vibe. It sounds sad, it sounds darker because it's minor. It's the kind of 101 of music when you're a kid, when you start learning major songs are happy and minor songs are sad. This definitely has a more melancholy or a sadder sound to it. Okay, now let's just go real quick because I want you to practice these shapes. So before you even play any strings, I had Bruce do this. Just kind of see, this is not, the EAD string set triads are and the EAD string set are some of the hardest shapes to get, okay? They just feel awkward, because if you look, you're leading with your pinky out on the 1, or the root, because the 1 is the root, remember? Okay, 1, flat 3, 5. Now you could practice doing this and just getting the shape, because if you haven't done this, then it's going to feel weird. Now, Bruce asked the question, why would I ever use that minor triad shape when there's like a bunch of other ones? I said, well, it's like cooking, right? Sometimes you just want a certain flavor. So these 3 strings, the EAD strings, where we're making this minor triad shape, C minor triad, it just has a certain vibe to it, a certain sound. Now, what can we do to show you in some musical context? Okay, here comes a little deeper theory. And if this stuff pings around in your head and it clicks on later, that's okay. You're going to keep coming back here and I got you. All right. So right here, there's a power chord, and this is an E flat, okay? So I've got my first finger, my pointer finger on just real quick, just let you connect the dots here on the 6th fret on the A string. And then I'm just using my 3rd, or you can use your pinky, my 3rd being the ring finger, on the 8th fret on the D string, okay? Now you can just play that. That is an E flat. Why that? Because that is the relative major to C minor. They share all the same notes. More on that later. But watch, you could go back and forth right here like this to this. This, a great little musical exercise. So listen, this is what, we gotta make music. None of this means anything if we don't make music with it. So, for example, okay, C minor triad to power chord, E flat, relative major. Okay, now you gotta push yourself. Don't get lazy on this. Put in the work. It will pay off, okay? You could even think to yourself too, okay, here's an E flat bar chord up here on the 11th fret. Play that. Go back. So different like shape changes, right? So watch. Triad, minor triad to relative major chord. Okay. Okay. See that right there? I just played the major triad in the bar chord. Okay. So this video is more like, I want this to be like your encyclopedia to keep coming back for more and more. So stay tuned. I'm gonna make an ebook of all the major triads I just finished. And then when I'm done with all 12 of these minor triads, I'm gonna finish this too. So drop in the comments. Don't be afraid to comment. Have you ever played triads? Do you use triads? How do you use triads? What system are you coming at music from? Because in the end, triads connects all of it. Scales, modes, cage system, bar chords. It just, triads are the spine of everything we do. So now you've got your minor triad shapes. Now watch the playlist here or over here somewhere. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Where are you watching from? I love hearing that. And let's keep growing this channel, and we're gonna do some really fun, exciting, amazing stuff on here. All right, any questions, comments, drop them. You guys know what buttons to hit. If you're gonna stick around, you're gonna stick around. If you wanna get good, just put in the reps. There's just no tricks, no shortcuts. I can show you like quick ways to do stuff and get better, but you still gotta put in the work. All right, I will see you in the next video. Got 11 more of these minor triad shapes on all the string sets, and it's gonna get really fun when we can mix major and minor. Make music, make music. Like rhythm, right? Repetition, rhythm leads to you being a great player. All right, peace.